Hi friends.
Hi friends. Back in our
Sunny Sunderland.
Yeah, our favourite spot. We're in the car. We're doing, oh my god, I thought my nipples out there. Got so scared. This top's like a little bit baggy. I'm just a baggy vest and
Get some views here, get some views.
We're gonna do one of our typical questions about like relationship, boys, girls, vaginas, maybe.
Oh, or penises.
Don't know much about that.
No, it's been a while.
But yeah, so I put on my Instagram, anyone want to ask me any questions?
Some advice, because this gal has been around the block once or twice.
I think I'm good at advice and I'm only a wee bit.
I can give really good advice, but then I just don't take it on board myself.
Oh no, like the advice I would give to myself from someone else, I don't take.
Yeah, hence why I'm still single.
Yeah, same. Anyways, so yeah, so I've got quite a few questions, so we're just gonna go through. How to stay having a strong relationship with your mum for so long?
Lots of alcohol.
Learn to drop things. I don't know, I've not lived with you for 6 years, so that's probably helped.
Thanks.
Strong relationship with your mum is like kind of like finding the friendship in your mum. I think as you get older, your mum has to like stop parenting and you have to stop.
Thinking of me just as a mother figure.
Yeah.
It's funny because this morning I had a conversation with Mon about parents and my feelings towards my parents. My mum and dad have sadly just passed away, and I said to Mon this morning, oh my god, I don't even feel like I knew them. Just come across some photos and videos, short videos of when they had weekends away and they'd had a few drinks, they were dancing, having the best time. I was like, oh my god, that's my parents.
Yeah. I think realising that your parents are human. I remember
Mimi still hasn't got there yet.
No. I remember going to the supermarket and I'd see a teacher and I'd be like, they have lives. And I'd be so shocked that a teacher was outside of the school. I think you feel the same growing up with a parent, like you forget that they're also living for the first time. I saw that quote on, I think it was on Instagram or something, where it's like, you have to remember it's also your mum's first time at life too.
I like that.
Me too.
And just listening, I think, you know, sometimes I know
Another train.
Sorry.
Probably shouldn't have came and parked next to a train station.
Should we move? Because we're right in front of the train.
Let's finish this one and then we'll...
Yeah. So, what was I saying?
I don't know. Next.
Next.
Sometimes you can really bite at your parents, but sometimes I think it's good just to
Not take us for granted.
just take a few deep breaths and not bite sometimes.
Walk away. Learn to walk away.
Yeah, and it just keeps the peace. Basically just keep everything to yourself and you should be fine.
Because I think you find it easier to take whatever out, if you're having a shit day, to take that out on your parent or your child, because they are the person that's closest to you. And I think sometimes one has to just bite your tongue, and it's okay, it's fine, they're not being personal.
Yeah.
And yeah, just having an element of understanding. But yeah. So,
Slight break, we're going to move. Because we literally came and parked right in front of the train station. Probably quite silly of us, really.
I know.
We're back. Right. How to reignite the spark in a long-term relationship.
We've never had one.
Like a 6 months cut-off period.
When you young ones, is it 6 months? Is that long term?
No, 6 months is long-term. I would say long-term...
A couple of years.
Yeah, like 3?
A long-term relationship, keeping it spicy. Some nice lingerie for the man.
You imagine? Came out in like a little mankini.
Making time for each other, but doing fun things. I think when it becomes a long-term relationship, being together for 3 or 4 years, you know, you've had the excitement of that honeymoon period, you've had some amazing holidays, and it is quite easy just to fall into the mundane everyday life. You go to work, you're absolutely shattered on a weekend, and then you're just sitting about, you don't do anything, and you're back to work on the Monday, and so it continues. And I think that spark will go out if you don't make an effort. So it is both of you making an effort.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but I'm assuming that after a while of being with someone, I think probably especially for boys, well, I'm trying to not put that cup right in front of this. I think probably especially for the boys, well, I don't know, I say that, I think I should probably give boys a bit more credit, but you probably do just get a little bit bored of each other. So I just think it's probably terrible advice. I don't know, I've never been there. But like, rather than focusing on the person, focus on like the fun things. At least if they're not giving you any excitement, you still go to like a really cool water park, and then that's really fun. And then maybe in the next month you go on zip lining, and then the next month you go on a hot air balloon, and then you start to associate the fun, exciting times with the person.
But also, what I think is very, very, very important, you both have to have your own life with your individual friends. Yes. So when you do come together, you've missed each other, and when you come together it's amazing because you've had your time with whoever, and you've got that to talk about, and you're keeping it fun. And I think what's quite attractive is knowing that person's quite independent.
Oh yeah,
and
sexy,
they don't need you. They don't need you 24/7 because
I do agree with that. I think, and a lot of people who I know do drop their friends, end up just being with them all the time.
24/7.
And I know you want to do that, and obviously when you really like someone, of course you want to be with them all the time. Like, it's just natural if you like the person a lot, but you have to force yourself not to. My boyfriend wants to buy a vibrator, but I'm not sure. Should I?
Yes. Yeah. Spice it up.
Let him pay.
Let him pay, yeah.
He's
Let
gonna
him
pay for it,
choose.
then
Yeah. Yeah, why
Go
not
for
try
it.
it? If you don't like it, you
sell
know.
it on Vinted.
Oh God, send it to me.
Oh no, I'll be in my room.
I'm down in 2 hours.
How to deal with feeling 10 steps behind everyone else your age and not comparing yourself.
Wow. Still 35 and still finding my way. Well, I used to find this quite difficult, and you know, I've got lots of friends who live in beautiful homes, and you know, they're very successful, and I'm just, you know, letting the wind blow me around and see where I land. And I try not to
Get hung up on it.
yeah, for me it's quite a negative feeling. My thoughts now are, I'm really happy for that person. They have been successful, they've done whatever, and I try not to compare because we're all very, very different. You know, I've been a successful mother. I got something right. Yeah, I mean, we're all very different. I think it's not healthy to compare, and I think sometimes it is easy to get pulled into that, isn't it? I know you struggle with this sometimes.
Oh my God, I'm a mess. I've got two ends of the spectrum of my friends. I've either got all my home friends, most of them have all got really long-term boyfriends, really serious jobs, they've got savings accounts, and they've got a dog, and they do all this stuff. And I've got my other half of the spectrum who are all really, really successful influencers who've been doing it for like 10 years. God, voice cracks, it's emotional. And I'm just kind of in the middle, just like... And obviously, just moved back home, just had a job interview for a new job. I'm still trying to do social media. I'm now training to be a Pilates instructor. Like, I actually am trying to live 17 lives at once, and it is chaos.
Life's a climb.
Life's a climb, but the view is great. However, I do go through phases where I'm like, oh God, like, why am I not where they are?
Yeah.
Why am I not where they are? Blah, blah. But I just think I'd have to keep remembering, like, well, it's obviously not for me. I'm not them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that just because they're ahead of me right now doesn't mean that I'm never going to get there, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe I am destined for more, but maybe it's just going to take me longer to get there, and that's fine.
It's not a competition, guys.
It's not. I always just remind myself, well, you know what? If I just got successful straight away, my book would be crap. My autobiography would suck.
Exactly.
We need the climb, we need the struggle, we need the grind, we need loads of chapters where you're like, God, how can it get any worse? Then it does get worse.
And guess
then,
what?
And then it gets worse again.
Builds character.
But then it gets better. And everyone's like, well, everyone's rooting for me. And I'm like, yeah, because I went through all this crap. And I think that's such a good story.
It is. And I think it molds you into who you are.
Oh, yeah, of course. I don't think you should let your age hold a number over your head to think that by 30 I should be married, by 28 I should have a savings account, do you know what I mean? Because she's not.
I'm not a spring
Not
chick.
saying I want to be like you, however.
I'm hoping Tia has her crap. Well, actually, I started off well. I bought my first house when I was 21. I had a really good job. I had savings. And, yeah, and it just took a bit of a... I've got two amazing girls, guys.
Yeah.
So
now it's on me. It's on me to bring up the family, so fingers crossed soon.
Joking aside, we're all very different. Try not to compare yourself to other people because it's your journey. And I do also believe in your life is what you make it. You know, life is very, very short, and I think it's too short to be comparing yourself to other people. You've got to love who you are and embrace every moment, every opportunity, seize every opportunity, and if it doesn't work, so what? You've given it a go, but your time will come, and it might not be at the same time as your friend, you know, Joe Blogs down the road, but so what? You know, you've enjoyed the journey.
Someone write that on a canvas and put it in a kitchen.
Right, there you go.
There we go. How to get over a breakup when the relationship was healthy and good. I thought he was the one because we clicked right at the start. He broke up with me because he has abandonment and commitment issues that stopped him from feeling love towards me. It was as good of a breakup as it could have been. Sometimes I feel like hating him would be easier. I've been through a breakup where the person was great. And I do think it is hard because
You're just not right for each other.
you just don't. It's just I think it's very obvious when you're right for someone, and when you're not. you can't force it. And that person could be the best person in the whole entire world, but if they're not
your
right for
person,
you and
yeah.
they're not your person, then it's nothing that you can ever do is ever going to make
Yeah.
it work. See, I do understand, because obviously if someone like cheats on you, or sounds awful, but
Does
someone
that
cheats,
hurt? Yeah.
does that hurt? So you can kind of use that hurt
Yes.
into like anger.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously when someone's,
Got
you've
a
still
lot of
got a lot of
care.
care for them, so
Yeah.
then it's kind of hard just to then have them not in your life. But obviously it happens, and you have to try and just keep reminding yourself that.
Don't have any hate. Like, again, hating somebody's not attractive, and you will just no. Okay,
Take your own advice. Christ.
No, because I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from experience, because there was a relationship I was in, and I was a mess for God long time. You know, I would make excuses. You know, it just wasn't the right time, and I didn't want to hate them. And so you've asked, you know, would it be easier if I hate? Don't allow that person to make you feel those thoughts, because it just doesn't serve you well at all. You know, just walk away and just try and accept that this person wasn't your person.
The issue is that she's saying she thought he was the right person, but he ended it because he's got abandonment and commitment issues. Personally, don't mean to be mean, I think it's an excuse. And I think you should keep on telling yourself that to get yourself to get over him, because I just think if he was your person and he felt as strongly about you as you do about him,
the chemistry would be there and you'd be together. Yeah, so it is just an excuse. Men are cowards, right? They do not want to be the bad person. They will make excuses.
And women do
oh
that
yeah,
too.
Sorry, and women, because nobody wants to. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say nobody wants to be the person who's hurt that person.
Because if someone wanted to be with you, they would be.
Yeah, it's that simple. It is that simple.
Yeah, it is. I've been speaking to a boy since January in a situationship. We've only met up twice, but haven't since then, as he's been busy. We've spoken every day since then. I really miss him, but don't want to seem needy, and he needs to want to meet up / make time for me. Yeah.
But it's a situationship, so there's no expectations, is there?
No, but I just think she's only seen him twice since January. He's not asked to see you, therefore you don't ask to see him, and sack it off. You should want to see you.
Don't make yourself available.
And you've only seen him twice, so you're probably romanticising the idea about him in your head.
Yeah.
No one's that great. Well, some people probably are, but no one's that great in just seeing them 2 times to make you really miss the person. You've only seen them twice.
Yeah.
You're probably romanticising him in your head.
It's probably lust more than
anything.
Yeah, and that's fine.
You want to be with someone who is like dying to see you. You
know, set your goals a little bit higher.
Sack him off. Is it okay that my boyfriend is my best friend?
Yes.
My opinion on this, I think the best relationships are the ones. I think a lasting relationship. You don't really know because you haven't really been in a really long relationship. I was going to say, like, let me know if I'm right. I think the couples that you see when they're 50, 60, 70, whatever, and they're still dead happy, are the relationships that found a friendship.
Absolutely,
because
I agree.
As you get older and older, the lust ends, you get lazy,
looks fade,
blah blah. But if you always have that friendship with someone, I think that can never die.
100%. If you have found a boyfriend who is your best friend, then you're very lucky.
If you weren't in a relationship with them and you were still like, wow, they're such a good person, they're so funny, you love all of their beliefs and their qualities, and you think they're a really good person. Morals, that's the word. Morals, and you just really think they're a great human.
Yeah.
When you argue in a relationship and stuff, you still really respect them as a human. He's always going to get on, so I think that you can always make it right.
Yeah.
Whereas if there's things that you don't really like about someone, you're like, oh god, they can be a bit toxic, or oh, they're really lazy or whatever.
You don't appreciate their...
As you argue, that's going to come out, and you're going to be like, oh, well, they're like this, like this. But if you always have that thing for someone who's like, oh, it's so great, and it's so fun, blah, blah, and you enjoy having time with them.
I think that's half the battle. I think a relationship is all about you guys getting on. If you can't have a conversation or have fun, enjoy being with that person, it's never, ever going to be a successful relationship.
I think people also don't realise how rare that is.
It is rare. Yeah,
I think
very rare.
I think you can think that you've got a friendship with your boyfriend, but you would spend time with them. But I don't know if you remove all of the other stuff. If you remove the
sex,
in the kisses, the cuddles, and
you're just left together.
If you were just left together in a room with nothing, in a dark room with absolutely nothing but each other's conversation, would you have a good time?
Exactly.
And I think a lot of relationships would probably struggle.
How many times have we been to a restaurant and they're sitting opposite and they're not conversing?
Oh my god, I went for food actually. This reminds me of a time I went for a Sunday dinner. I was sat with Megan and Molly, and there was a pair, a couple, sat next to each other, and he had the football on his phone, watching the football, and we were there for about an hour and a half. I promise you, they did not open their mouths once, and I wanted to go over to the girl and be like, it's okay, come and join us, sit with us.
I can't think of anything worse.
Like, just talk about anything.
Somebody who you're going to have a laugh with.
Yeah.
Like, laughter for me is so important. So to have that, like, Tia and I are talking about crap on the path, and we'll think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, if you haven't got that banter with somebody, that friendship, then I think, you know, what have you got? Because later in life, looks are gonna go. And you need to have that person, that boyfriend, husband who is your best friend. So yeah, I think you've struck lucky.
But also, just because you've also got a partner, you've been really lucky and found someone who is your best friend, don't allow that to then separate you from all of your other friends.
Yes,
because
spoke
I think
about this,
and kind of going back to the last thing, I think
it's still important that you have time with your girlfriends, boyfriends, like
even
friends.
even if
Friendship
your
groups.
boyfriend is like your favourite person in the world, and you think I would much rather go to this concert with Brian, right? I think you have to still remember that they are your boyfriend, and you do need your own friends too.
You do.
I actually know the answer to this because I asked a boy the answer to this. I'm still a virgin at 22. Is this going to put boys off? I'm going to tell you I'm going to be honest with you. If you're wanting a like one nighter vibe, a little casual thing, I think yes, it would, because I think boys get scared you're gonna get an attachment. I think if you're meeting someone for the first time and it's straight away a relationship vibe, you want to start dating, then no, I think it's probably a good thing. You both answered a question once about when to start wearing thongs.
Oh.
But what age do you think it's appropriate to stop wearing thongs?
Never.
Or is age not a factor?
No.
I will be 99 and I'm going to have on a lacy little G-string with granny on the front.
When I'm a granny, I'm wearing no knickers on. No, I do think they have their place, and I just could not. I can't wear normal knickers.
I don't
They're not comfortable for me
at all. I don't want a big thing just rubbing on my bum cheeks.
I think it's that comfort thing. It's like more secure.
Yeah, and I'm a nana. I'm going to want to be comfy, and I think thongs are comfy.
But just for the VPL, I can't. You know, I do see older people wearing a pair of white pants on holiday. You know, and they've got it's not nice. It's not, as long as you're comfortable in wearing your thongs, no age.
If I'm going to have grey
Wear them
hair
forever.
and loads of wrinkles, at least let me have a good bum.
I mean, the difference is, guys, right, when I'm in my 70s, I'm not going to be walking around the house with my thong. I will probably, like, cover up. I'll still wear them.
I won't. I'm letting it out.
Yeah.
When I'm 70, I'm walking around naked all the time. I've lived my life. I want to be comfy.
Love that.
You already do, to be honest.
Love that. Embracing your lumps and bumps and everything.
Of course. I'll look great. And also I'll be doing Pilates all the time, so I won't look like a normal 78-year-old. I'm going to look really fit and sexy. Ooh, okay. I like these ones where it's like a situation. Started talking to a boy and we've only been out twice. Oh, like the other girl.
Yeah. Same person.
So I haven't reached a stage where it's normal to talk about an ex or anything. Right, so he's uncomfortable enough yet to talk about like past relationships. But from Insta stalking, we've all been there, I think I've worked out who his ex is.
God, you've done a lot of stalking.
And when they broke up, maybe 5 months ago. But I've also noticed that they still like each other's photos. Is this a red flag?
Oh.
I need more information, unfortunately. Is the girl lying on her tummy, ass out, bum up, in a bikini, oil all over her body while she's eating a strawberry and he's giving it a like? Or is she
with the family?
Or is it a Nana's 80th birthday and
Yeah.
she sat blowing a candle? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you can have friendships with exes. I know, friends with your dad.
Yeah. I think after a long time, yeah.
After a long time. I mean, not straight. Oh, it was only 5 months ago. Yeah. Oh, there's still feelings there.
If they'd been like falling out of love for a while and they kind of just, or like they got to the point where they realised like, oh, actually maybe this is a bit more of a friendship.
It's not right for each other.
Yeah. Then I can kind of understand it, but I still think it's the type of photos it is.
Yes, if it's family.
I wouldn't let it stress you out right now. Keep an
eye on it, because again,
jot it down in the notes page.
I've been in positions where exes have been hanging about, and I've put up with it and I've turned a blind eye, and sure enough, like 2 years down the line, it's caused major issues because, you know, lies were told and there was still feelings there and they weren't being truthful. So yeah, just keep an eye on it.
Is there a way to lose feelings for a man that's no good for me?
I mean, I've been in some unhealthy relationships, and it can be quite difficult, especially when you've got feelings for that person.
Every time you think about them nicely, slap yourself in the face.
Well, I used
like a dog when you train them.
I had a Tia, so I would make excuses for this person's behaviour, and Tia would be there saying, no ma'am, like that person was X, Y and Z. And I think you do have to remind yourself of the negatives rather than the good times, because you'll find when you're romanticising, which you will do, because I think we all have that feeling of hope that this relationship is going to work, and you know, you'll get past that, you'll make it work. And I think you just need to remind yourself of the negatives rather than the positives, because they will outweigh.
My friend had a really toxic ex, and what we did when she was trying not to go back to him, we made we made a list in the notes page of all of the bad things that he had done. So whether it's like even like calling her a name one time, not texting her back for a day, or all these things, all the negatives, situations and times that like just pissed her off, wrote them all down. And whenever she felt any kind of love or missing him or anything nice towards him, she'd go on the notes page and then read it, and it would piss her off, and she'd be like, ugh, no, actually he sucks.
It's time. Give yourself time.
Yeah.
And just keep reminding yourself why. Yeah.
I'm in a situationship with a man that I've known for over a year, and he's so hot and cold. I've ended things twice, but each time things have rekindled. I know he's not for me, and I've tried to distance myself emotionally, but I feel like I'm really falling for him. Help.
The advice I would give is just continue with your life. Just concentrate on yourself. Grow as a person. Go with your friends. Have your holidays. Have your nights out. Let that person see that you're doing it amazing, because that is so attractive. You know, if this person is calling you and you're there and available, it's never going to get beyond that. Like, make him miss you and show him what he could potentially have.
Yeah, I think as girls, we often make excuses for boys.
And their bad behaviour, we do.
And we also have a lot of hope that, like, it will work out. But you have to just keep reminding yourself, and as much as it's a sad thing to think, if they wanted to be with you, they would.
And it is that simple. It is that. It took me a long time. And I think that's why Tia is the way she is, because she has seen me and witnessed me go through a lot of heartache. And so Tia's a lot stronger, and she is, well, I think she is. But I think you just have to have that respect for yourself and know your worth.
Even just kind of thinking to yourself, do I want to be with someone who's unsure of me? Who would risk having me still on the market? I know that when I'm with someone, like, I want them to not want anyone else to go anywhere near me.
You're the only person for them.
The thought should be to them. The thought of me being with someone else should make them feel physically ill. Like, should make them feel sick. So therefore, they want to get me off the market because they want. They don't want to. They don't want to risk losing me. If someone feels okay at the thought of potentially not having you, then obviously they're not the right person for you.
And I think you'll find with men, they always think there's something better around the corner.
Yeah, they do. Like, what is with that?
Honestly, and it doesn't get any better.
And it's so annoying. I'm such a cat.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the red cab theory?
What's the red cab theory?
So there's a theory that men don't settle down with the person that they would want to settle down with. Sorry, I'm explaining this right. So basically, boys are a cab.
Okay.
And the red light is on.
Yeah.
And people might try and get in the cab, but the red light's on. So they can't get in the cab because the red light's on. But as soon as the green light comes on, someone gets in the cab, obviously.
Just timing.
And they'll settle down with that person because they were there at the time.
Yeah.
It's not about who they like the most. Like, I think a lot of men, I don't know if this is true because obviously I'm not a man, a lot of men will have like one true love who they'll probably think about forever till their dying day.
Yeah.
But that's not
Just wasn't the right time.
That's not necessarily who they'll end up with because it wasn't the right time for them. And then they don't pursue it. And then when they are ready in 10 years' time, they'll find someone else who ticks some boxes, but because they're ready at that exact time to settle down, that's who they'll settle down with, not the person who they should.
I do believe
it's a massive thing on TikTok, and I was kind of like, oh, that's actually so sad.
Yeah, I think that you just need to just sack it off.
Last one.
That's what made it a good juicy one.
Bit more of a personal one. Is your mum back on the dating scene?
Oh.
No.
No, it's just not the right time for me yet.
No, I think my mum has realised, talking for you, I'm really sorry, but I think she's realised that maybe now's not her time to date. I just think with Mimi and stuff, she's still going through school. And because you're a single parent, you can't really like go off, and obviously I'm not here, well I am here now, but I wasn't here. You can't really just go off and actually date someone because you've got ties. And I think until Mimi's up, you can't really put yourself first.
I can't invest my time, and this is something that I guess struggled with. You know, as a single parent, she is fully dependent on me. My parents, but I haven't got.
Despite looking literally 25. Not you, I've meant Mimi.
Oh.
It's like my sister literally looking really old. She actually is still only just turned 14.
Yeah, she's just had a birthday, and she's still, you know, I can't just pass her on to babysitters just to have a date night.
Obviously, it would be lovely for you to date and stuff, but I just think it isn't the right time, and it's pointless wasting your time and someone else's time.
Yeah, I think I've manifested this out to the universe. I think it is going to be Fred.
In the old folks' home. We've always said it.
Yeah, we've said this for too long.
And I think Fred will be a handsome chap.
Yeah, and it'll be in the retirement home.
Yeah.
And if that's my time, then so be it.
So be it.
But
At least it's happened for you.
Well, exactly. I will have the white dress one day.
I think that's going to be me though, Mum.
No, it's not.
Right, that's all we're doing.
That's been lovely.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us. I hope this. Let me know if this camera looks weird in the car. It's a bit of a different lens. It's a bit fisheye, hence why I've got massive hands. I don't. They're only small.
Lovely.
Love you.
Goodbye. Bye.